Welcome to the standoff. Today we are taking a look at two very comparable wheels from two very different companies, the Konig Heliogram and the Work Emotion CR Kiwami. We're going to be taking a look and going over each wheel and comparing them head to head when it comes to things like design, construction, price, and even personal experience. I'm Gels. Let's go ahead and get started. Let's start off with a brief overview of each of these wheels. Starting off, we're gonna take a look at the Work Emotion CR Kiwami. Now this wheel has been through multiple generations since it was first introduced over 2 decades ago. Known as originally as the Work Emotion, the Work Emotion CR, and the CR Kai. Now if you're looking to get your hands on a set, you're gonna be knowing them as the Emotion CR Kiwami. Now Japanese wheel brands tend to do this thing where they hang on to a design for a long time, but they slightly tweak it and change it over time. Now this is actually done for a couple of reasons. Number one, to keep up with the styling and sizes of modern vehicles, and number two, to help differentiate them from replica brands that are out there that copy this design. Now this iconic split 5-spoke wheel can be found on pretty much any Japanese car from the 90s to today and is available in a ton of different sizes and finishes. Price-wise, ranging anywhere from $1,800 to $2,500 a set, and depending on the size and color that you go with. So coming in a bit on the higher end price-wise, but we'll get into that in just a bit. Now, in the other corner here, we have the Konig Heliogram, a wheel that has hit the market within the last couple of years, adding another option to the Konig Flowform lineup. Targeting both the Japanese and Euro aftermarket car scene with the sizes and bolt patterns, we see the Heliogram find its way onto a good variety of vehicles. Coming in at a lower price than the Work Emotion, starting at just $600 in a set of the 15-inch diameters and topping out at $1,300 in the 18-inch diameter sizes. First things first, gotta address the elephant in the room. And no, I don't mean me. These two wheels share quite a few similarities when it comes to their overall design. And if you were to go to the Martini Works website, you'll see that we have classified the Heliogram as a replica design of the Work Emotion CR Kiwami according to our wheel verifier tool. With this tool, we classify a wheel as a replica design when the wheel shares greater than 80% of its key features with an existing wheel design that is still supported. Now, the Work CR Kiwami did come out before the Heliogram, obviously, and it is the original design of this type. That being said, Konig has put their own spin on this design, which I do actually really like. Things like the actual window between the spokes is more squared off. There are some more design elements near the center hub of the wheel, and the milling on the edges is a lot deeper. Now, the internet will tell you that any wheel that's labeled a rep or replica is just a knockoff copy. And while yes, that is the case a lot of the times, it's not always true. A wheel can still share a very similar design, but still be a good wheel. And I would personally say that the Heliogram is a great example of that case, because when you're talking about rep or replica wheels, the only thing that you ever hear anyone talk about is the actual design, forgetting about the other half of the conversation, which is the construction and quality of the wheel. How are they made? So let's talk about it. The Work Emotion CR Kiwami is a flow-formed wheel, meaning that the face and essentially front half or so of this wheel is a low-pressure cast made of a molten aluminum alloy pressurized into a mold. It is then taken to another machine after that cast is done, heats up the cast, and draws out the rest of the wheel, essentially forging the barrel of the wheel. This is also why when you get a set of these wheels, you also get a set of stickers to put on them that say WFT, or Work Flow Forming Technology. This allows the wheel to meet standards and certifications with the desired load rating without using as much material as your traditional cast wheel, keeping the overall weight of the wheel down. Now, this is a really sought after property, and a lot of Japanese wheel companies use it. And guess what? The Konig Heliogram made the same exact way. This 18 by 9.5 plus 38 Work Emotion CR Kiwami is JWL and VIA certified. That's the big one. Coming in with a load rating of 690 kilograms or 1,521 pounds. All of that coming in at a weight of 22.8 pounds on this wheel, which isn't too bad, pretty good. But the same size, 18 by 9.5 plus 35, Konig Heliogram is also JWL and VIA certified, coming in with a higher load rating of 1543, weighing in at 20.2 pounds, which means the Konig Heliogram, which is in the same size, almost half the price of the Work CR Kiwami, coming in with a higher load rating with the same JWL and VIA certifications, all while being 2 pounds lighter. So yes, it may be classified as a replica design, but objectively in almost every way, it beats the original. But enough talk about real versus rep. We've had enough of that. What else do these wheels have to offer? Some additional design elements of the Work CR Kiwami include some of the embossing around the face of the wheel and the double recessed lip, which helps add extra strength and rigidity to it. No center caps included, unfortunately. Just another Japanese wheel classic move when it comes to aftermarket wheels for them to not include center caps. But good news, you can get some pretty cool ones if you just want to fork out another $100 or so. Now the Heliogram also has some embossing as well as the double recessed lip, but you'll notice another feature on this wheel, especially if you turn it to the side here, on the barrel itself. This rough grooved surface or rough groove feature on both the front and the back of the barrel is what's known as bead knurling. Now we've seen this with a lot of newer motorsport oriented wheels hitting the market, and what it's meant to do is help against tire slip if you're running lower pressures on the track. Now you do get center caps with the Heliogram, but they are, pretty simplistic, but they get the job done. They're easily popped in and out, especially if you're running these on the track, which is recommended to actually remove if you do so. Now when it comes to sizes, the CR Kiwami is offered in a large range of sizes from 15 to 19 inches in diameter and 5 to 10.5 inches of width, with bolt patterns including 4x100, 5x100, 5x114.3, but they do offer PCD for both 4 and 5 lug options up to 5x120. The Heliogram offers very similar sizing with 15 to 19 inch diameter options, but getting a little bit wider in the width, pushing it up to 12 inches. Bolt patterns offering pretty much everything, including your standard 4 and 5 lug options, up to 5x120, but even includes some 4x108 and 5x108 options for you guys and gals out there that are running like the Ford Focus or maybe some sort of European car. Now finish-wise, the Work CR Kiwami is going to have way more options for you. However, typically a lot of those wild colors that you see these wheels come in are going to be a special order or will have a really long lead time that lasts at least a few months. But the standard colors, depending on the size and bolt pattern, are typically in stock and ready to go. Finishes such as the gloss white, the GT silver, matte bronze, matte black are what you're going to typically see sitting on the shelves. The Heliogram, on the other hand, is limited to a lot fewer finish options available in either the matte bronze, which we have here, or a titanium metallic. But this means that they have the ability to hold a majority of the available sizes on hand, making them more readily available with no wait time. Now, when it comes to personal experience with each of these wheels, I have had personal experience with each of these wheels because I currently run a set of Heliograms on my 328i, and they've been great. They've held up to all of the harsh weather here in Wisconsin and even our roads that we just seem to have everywhere. They've been doing fantastic and they look really good. We also have a set of white CR Kiwamis on our R34 GTT. When it comes to cars like the R34, you just can't go wrong with getting a set of wheels like that. It just makes sense. They fit perfectly and they look so freaking good on that car, and they make for a great show track setup for cars like that. So when it comes to both of these wheels, they actually compare really well. I would say that if you've always wanted that set of true Japanese aftermarket wheels, maybe going on your 90s to 2000s tuner car, you really can't go wrong with a set of CR Kiwamis. But they are a bit pricey, but not the most expensive when it comes to wheels in that category. Just a really solid option. On the other hand, the Konig Heliogram is a fantastic budget-friendly option that gives you the same and in some cases better properties than the original. More readily available and coming in a lot of sizes and bolt patterns that opens it up to a lot more options such as Euro cars. So with all that information at your disposal now, because I'm sure you've been taking notes this entire time, I hope you have, let us know down in the comments which one you would prefer and why. And of course, if you're looking to pick up either of these wheels for your car, you can do so at martiniworks.com. I'm Giles, thank you all so much for watching. We'll see you later.